As a solopreneur or a consultant running your own business and wearing multiple hats, if you're wondering why you are not having consistent sales results, it's for one simple reason. This feast and famine cycle in your business can be contributed to the underlying lack of skill. And it's a brain skill, to be more specific. And I'm about to reveal it to you. But first, let me talk a little bit about what happens to a lot of businesses when they just start out. And not only new businesses, actually, the majority of businesses out there struggle with this. And that is why every year there is a large percentage of businesses that have to shut down. Because even if they have figured it out in the past, they usually drop the ball on this and then stop thinking about it, which leads to the businesses decreased revenue and then not being able to handle the expenses and needing to shut down. And in the early stages of your business, this is even more important, because if you don't figure this one thing out, then you're gonna keep going through these feast and famine cycles in your business, which is when you're feasting, you have all of these clients that are coming to you. Whatever, something happened, there's a bunch of them coming out of the woodworks. Nice. Maybe you did some lead generation. And then you start working and you forget about lead generation and sales. You don't have the time for it. And suddenly you find something changing. Once again, maybe you've lost a client. Maybe somebody's taking longer than you thought signing that contract. And you're finding yourself in the famine part of the cycle, because now suddenly you are lacking. And so you can't have predictable, consistent monthly revenue. And we all know MRR is the holy grail of a sustainable business that's going to give you that freedom you're after. So the feast and famine cycles are the absolute worst for any business. And you can't really fix that by just setting up a sales pipeline. Because even though I have taught business owners how to do lead generation and how to set up their process to get consistent leads into their business, there is one component that is necessary to make this work, because the pipeline in and of itself is not going to fix this for you. What you need is not just the process, the software, and the familiarity with where to look for your leads and how to consistently and predictably convert them into calls and then into clients. This is not the only thing you need. The other thing is actually a function of your brain. So there is something in our brain, a neurotransmitter, a chemical called dopamine. And dopamine is responsible for setting goals, achieving your goals, staying motivated, being happy. And it is the consistency molecule. That's what I refer to it as, because it's responsible for helping you stay consistent with whatever you are doing, whether it's exercise or lead generation. And guess what? Consistency is what is lacking in almost every single business that is struggling. So if you're going through these cycles of having clients, not having clients, having clients, not having clients, all that means is that you don't have a consistent, reliable process, and you don't have the mental skill of staying consistent with keeping up at it. And they are different things, which is why even experienced salespeople I've talked to sometimes struggle with this, because it can be easy to do stuff when somebody is managing you, pushing you, and telling you what to do. But if there is no one there doing that, then you're gonna relax, you're gonna slack. And if you are having an influx of clients and you relax because you're feeling pretty comfortable about your situation right now, you're gonna slack on lead generation. Happens every single time. And so I actually created a system called Dopamine OS specifically for this, so I can train founders' brains to be consistent. And the system actually makes it fun because it's a gamified experience, so it feels like playing a game of starting to build these habits and crushing it, not just in your lead generation, but in other areas of your business. There's a misconception. Some business owners think that because lead generation in sales is kind of tedious and they don't really want to do it. They think that it's something that maybe subconsciously they don't want to put so much effort into. But when you learn to be consistent with it, you can spend very little time on a regular basis. You don't need a lot of time, you just need a little bit of time every week to generate those leads, those connections, and that over time transforms your business completely. It turns it into a Swiss watch, a beautiful work of art, a crafted, well-oiled mechanism where each cog is constantly moving and generating revenue for you without making you compromise on either part of this business machine. You are delivering and you are constantly generating sales. So that's how you get that well-oiled sales and delivery machine, so you can stop struggling and start running a business that you enjoy.